All right, let's check out what that event sequence gives us. Now, I would assume the plugin you decided to make is probably a little bit more involved than the one we're working here. So you'll probably want to make that sequence variable global to your entire form here. So let's do that. Um, and just like before, we just do this at the top of our class. Let's call it mSequence. Now that will be when we do set that, we will mSequence will be available anywhere within this dialog box. So let's go ahead and set it to the object that was passed to us. Type this mSequence equals to sequence. Okay, and let's just take a look at what sequence gives us. There is a ton of information. Basically, anything in your Vixen sequence is available to us. We will be using you see, audio is available. If you just click a period afterwards, this drop down comes up, and we can get a ton of information. For example, if you need to know your event period, this would be whether you set your sequence to 100 milliseconds or 50 milliseconds. We will play with event values a little bit. But you can actually just spend some time and go through and see what is available to you in here, which is basically probably anything you possibly want to deal with. So let's go ahead and use that and put a couple values into our list box, just so we can say we actually accomplished something. So let's do our output list box items. Add. And let's kind of make it nice. Let's put up the sequence name. I think that's what I did in the example I showed you. So basically, we're just going to add a little bit of text, and then we're going to add the text of the sequence name. mSequence.name. And let's also just have it list out what audio is attached to it. Now, if you, just as a quick warning, if you run it now and there's no audio attached to it, I'm not sure exactly what will happen because we haven't restricted anything yet. We haven't made sure that the user is only using this in specific instances to which it can't crash it. But we are going to do that, and I will show you that probably in the next part. So let's go add the name of our mSequence.audio, and then under there is name. And also just note, in this case, you have to add strings to a list box. These are already strings, so we're good with that. And that's about all we're going to do at this moment. Let's go ahead and build it just so we can take a look. Now, I have a sequence made that I know for a fact has audio. Of course, I say that now. I should probably wait until I open it up to be 100% sure. So test that in. Let's just make sure we have audio on there for testing this right now. We do. We have Jingle Bell Rock. So let's take a look at what we have so far. We have our output plugin, and that sequence object gave us the name of our actual sequence and our audio file. Click OK. And then now, what I was talking about, we can actually restrict this so that if there is no sequence open, for example, we can restrict it. See how we got an error? Because it's looking for a sequence and it's not available. So in the next part, we're going to make it so that you absolutely can only run this if you have a sequence open and if that sequence has audio assigned to it. And it's really simple to do. So we'll run through that next.